stalled out all the way in the Cesarewitch, sponsored this year by the Tote, and run over 2 miles and a furlong. And the 25 runners streaking away round the far side of the National Stud, and the early running, of course, totally out of view of the grandstands. But as the field begins to settle down amongst the early leaders, I can see Meadowbrook right up there. El Conquistador is very prominent, so too is Dunstan on the inside. And it's Dunstan on the inside, Floyd in the centre spot, his white face, then Meadowbrook. Close up after these leaders races Marlion. Not far off the pace is Ibn Majid. Milton Byrne is up there too. But it's Dunstan and Floyd, the two leaders, followed by Meadowbrook, now the Prudent Prince. And they've covered the first 2.5 furlongs now in the Cesarewitch. With on the inside, Dunstan in company with Floyd, then Meadowbrook. Right after these, the Prudent Prince. Then races Marlion. Behind Marlion, Actinium up on the outside. And very prominent is Milton Byrne. They've covered roughly 4.5 furlongs now, and it's still Dunstan with the white cap under Steve Dawson making the running in the Cesarewitch, closely followed by Floyd and Tony McGlone, the previous anti-post favourite. Then in 3, Meadowbrook, 4, the Prudent Prince. After these, 5 is El Conquistador, 6, Marlion, 7 is Actinium. And they've now covered roughly 6 furlongs of the Cesarewitch, and still it's Dunstan who's made most of the running so far, number 20, followed by Floyd. On the outside with a white noseband is Meadowbrook, then comes the Prudent Prince, El Conquistador, Actinium, and then Marlion on the inside, Special Vintage in the spotted white cap, then Ibn Majid, and they've now covered the first 7 furlongs. So they've now got 1.25 miles to go, and it's Dunstan, Floyd, and Meadowbrook. Still 1, 2, 3, El Conquistador, and in the yellow with the red cap on the inside, the Prudent Prince. And they're now roughly 9 furlongs from the finish, so they're almost at halfway in the Tote Cesarewitch. And as they make round this railed part of the course, it's still Dunstan leading from Floyd. Dunstan, Floyd, Meadowbrook, the Prudent Prince, and El Conquistador. These are the leaders. And reading back behind them towards the centre of the field races Orange Hill in company with Pactolus, then the second favourite Sneak Preview, the 17-2 chance, but it's Misrule, the 11-2 favourite, then Sneak Preview and Pactolus, both at 17-2. 10s bar these 3, and they're now inside the final 7 furlongs. They're all racing against the far rails, and it's Floyd just from Dunstan, really nothing between these two, with Meadowbrook 3, then comes the Prudent Prince, Actinium, and Marlion, followed by Ibn Majid, Special Vintage. Accuracy makes ground now. Still there is Milton Byrne, then Shibben making headway, Pactolus not far behind, then comes Withy Bank, Orange Hill, the favourite Misrule comes next with Fedra, and then El Conquistador, then Peggy Carolyn blinked for the first time, then Sneak Preview and Fish Pond. These are followed by Contester and Ayers Rock, and the last 3, Sweet Alexandra and the 2 greys past Sister and Harleston Lake. Racing now towards the final half mile, and it's time now to go back to the grandstands, and Graham.
As Marlion comes to take up the running from Accuracy in the yellow jacket, making ground down the centre of the track with the white cap is Withy Bank, with the black cap is Orange Hill. Behind these, Peggy Carolyn. Spotted colours of Special Vintage not that far away either. Just over 2 to go, and it's Accuracy now who strikes the front. Accuracy from Orange Hill. Withy Bank past Sister the Grey, and behind starts to make ground. Marlion next to the rails. Misrule tracks that one. They've got 1.5 furlongs to go, and it's Orange Hill and Marlion and Accuracy and Misrule from Peggy Carolyn. Withy Bank making good ground is past Sister inside the final furlong, and it's Orange Hill now in the lead from Marlion. Misrule next to the rails. Behind these comes Accuracy and past Sister, but it's Orange Hill in the lead as it comes toward the line. Orange Hill by half a length, by a length. Orange Hill wins it. Orange Hill, Marlion and Misrule from Accuracy past Sister, then Peggy Carolyn, Withy Bank, Sweet Alexandra, Actinium, Fedra, Special Vintage, Ibn Majid, Fish Pond, Ayers Rock. Behind these came Milton Byrne, Contester, Pactolus, Meadowbrook, Harleston Lake, Sneak Preview, El Conquistador, Dunstan, the Prudent Prince, Floyd, and last of all, in fact, virtually pulled up, was Shibben. And so the outcome of this Tote Cesarewitch, it's a win for number 23, Orange Hill, owned by Mr. Bob McCreary, trained at Marlborough by Jeremy Tree, and ridden by Richard Fox, to give Richard Fox his 9th winner of the season. Officially a photo for second place between Marlion in the red cap, ridden by Nicky Carlisle, also in the red cap, but next to the rails is 21, Misrule. After these, Accuracy and the grey past Sister, who made up a lot of late ground, but I'm afraid to say for her